It begins inside each of us. The feeling to be a part of something bigger than us. Growing with each other, not as individuals, but as a team, as one collective soul. Sharing in the experiences of each day, each game, as a family. Yes, this game can wear on you and knock you down, but the ones who have success are those who keep getting back up. Learning from your mistakes. Not backing down when adversity stares you in the face. Our time in this game is brief, and it keeps moving forward. And so then we also keep moving forward. Our story begins inside each of us and continues right here, right now. After defeating St. John Fisher to open the 2018 season, W&J returned home in Week 2 to host Teal.
Right, let's play this game like we love the game. And let's prove to this team and everyone that we are one of the top teams in the country. Right now, from the beginning. Don't wait. Right from the beginning. All day. Okay? From the starters to whoever gets in later. Let's go. Let's play W&J football.
Offensively, W&J set the tone early by jumping out to a 21-0 lead within the first 4 minutes 45 seconds of the game. Junior quarterback Jacob Adams hit sophomore wide receiver Andrew Wolf from 34 yards out after only 1 minute 11 seconds of play to make it 7-0.
Get him! Get him! Got a good person, man. Oh, that's a yellow. Get there. Get there.
A 3-and-out forced by the defense on the next Teal drive got the ball back in W&J's possession, and Adams connected with senior wide receiver Tim Swoop in the back of the end zone from 29 yards. To push the lead out to 14-0. After another Teal 3-and-out and a botched snap to their punter, W&J took over on the Tomcats' 11-yard line. Sophomore running back E.J. Thompson needed just one play to barrel those 11 yards and put W&J ahead by 21-0 in the first quarter. The opening drive of the second quarter saw W&J march 90 yards on 13 plays, capped by a 1-yard run by junior Jordan West.
West takes the snap into the end zone for a 1-yard dozen touchdown.
Adams then found Wolf with a second scoring strike between the two. To push the margin to 34-0. a score that stood up at intermission.
How you feeling that one?
Go, Sabo!
Baby calves! Let's go! Go!
In the second half, Thompson scored from 1 yard for his first career multi-rushing touchdown game.
Thompson on the carry into the end zone for a W&J touchdown.
And West plunged in from 3 yards out at 7 minutes 20 seconds of the third as the score jumped to 48-0.
Get there! Get there! Get there!
The final score of the game came early in the fourth quarter when freshman running back Joey Caroli reached pay dirt for the first time in his collegiate career, making the final score 55-0. It was W&J's 30th straight regular season home game victory, dating back to 2012, improving their record in the month of September to 49-8.
5, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 58, 57, 65, 64, 63, 62, 61, 49, 58, 57, 65, 64, 63, 64, 75, 56, 57, 60, 50, 40, 30, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Week 3 saw Carnegie Mellon come to town for the second of a 3-game homestand for the Presidents. The Presidents needed just 49 seconds and 3 plays into the game to hit pay dirt before Wolf hauled in his first score from 39 yards out off the hand of junior quarterback Jacob Adams. CMU responded with a 73-yard completion to the 2-yard line on its first play from scrimmage. But the defense held stout and forced the Tartans to attempt a 22-yard field goal, which was missed. On the third play of W&J's next drive, Wolf raced past the secondary, and Adams hit him in stride for a 66-yard score. Making the score 13-0. Later in the quarter, Adams hit Wolf for the third time, this one from 67 yards, on the first play of the drive. And the lead was built to 19-0, with 5 minutes 27 seconds left in the first. The second play of CMU's ensuing possession was picked off by senior cornerback Zach Queen. The Presidents found the end zone on a consecutive play when West gashed the defense for 37 yards and his first score. W&J's initial possession of the second period resulted in a 15-play, 93-yard drive that took up 5 minutes, 9 seconds of the clock. West capped the drive with a 1-yard push on 4th down, and the lead was 33-7, with 7 minutes, 55 seconds left in the first half. The lead stood at 33-14 at the intermission, and a 28-yard field goal by junior kicker Adam Napotnik at 1 minute 57 seconds of the third quarter would go down as the final points scored on the evening. The Presidents improved to 3-0 overall and 2-0 in the conference, extending their regular season home game winning streak to 31.
Here we go. 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 20, 19, 18, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 28, 29, 30,
Week 4 at home. Washington and Jefferson played host to Grove City. Grove City took the ball after winning the coin toss, and W&J forced a punt after 5 plays. The first play from scrimmage on the day was a 66-yard connection from Adams to Wolf, just 2 minutes 50 seconds into the game.
Pass is complete to Andrew Wolf for W&J.
The two teams exchanged interceptions, with sophomore cornerback Zach Taylor snaring the Grove City pass for W&J. The Wolverines' ensuing punt was blocked by freshman cornerback Christopher Ricks, the first time W&J has blocked a punt since 2015. The blocked punt turned into 6 points 4 plays later, after a 20-yard hookup from Adams to Wolf at 3 minutes 46 seconds of the first quarter.
Adams pass is complete to number 89, Andrew Wolf. Thompson clears the ball into the end zone for the President's touchdown.
What? Get there, ball! There you go!
Jordan West. Fumble on the Adams pass is complete to Tim Swope for a President's touchdown.
In total, the Presidents found the end zone on 7 of their first 8 possessions to run the lead to 48-0 by halftime. Grove City managed to score 10 points in the second half, but were no match for the Presidents' offense. On the day, W&J completed 7 scoring strikes through the air, with Adams connecting with seniors Jake Cullen and Tim Swoop, and freshman Justin Heacock connected with sophomore wide receiver Josh Burns for the first touchdown in the careers of both. On the ground, sophomore running back E.J. Thompson led W&J with 87 yards and a score on 13 carries, while junior running back Jordan West toted the rock 5 times for 81 yards and a touchdown, making the final score 62-10. The Presidents improved to 4-0 on the season and 3-0 in the conference. They now get ready to hit the road for the first time since week 1.
61, 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Traveling to West Virginia, W&J took on Bethany, a game which saw the Presidents jump out to a 14-0 lead. Quarterback Jacob Adams hit senior tight end Jake Cullen for a 9-yard touchdown at the 8-minute 32-second mark of the first quarter, as the Red and Black scored on their opening drive for the 6th straight game. The lead was stretched out to 14-0 with 4 minutes 8 seconds to play in the opening period, when junior running back Jordan West capped a 6-play drive with a 21-yard jaunt to the end zone.
Come on back! Let's go back! Let's go back!
W&J led 14-7 at halftime. Early in the second half, a punt by freshman Jacob Sarver pinned Bethany near their own goal line. After a 3-and-out, Bethany's punt was blocked by senior defensive back Zach Quattrone. And sophomore Jack Ryan jumped on top of the loose ball for a touchdown to make it a 20-7 game. After a long scoring run by Bethany's quarterback got the Bison back within a score, Adams completed a 9-play, 70-yard drive by finding sophomore wide receiver Andrew Wolf from 14 yards out. To cap the W&J scoring effort on the afternoon,
Here we go. Get the ball.
the Bison came back again within 7 points, but W&J eventually ran out the clock to secure the 27-20 win. With the victory, W&J remained undefeated and would return home for a pair of games at Cameron Stadium.
27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The emotion will wear off after a few plays. Try to keep that passion the whole game, everyone. Okay? Try to keep that passion and focus the whole game.
Week 6, and the number 16th ranked Case Western Reserve traveled to Cameron Stadium in a battle of the unbeatens. Case Western scored first, taking up 5 minutes 36 seconds of the clock. For the 7th straight game, the Presidents scored on their opening drive, tying the game. West capped the drive with a 21-yard reception from Jacob Adams.
Adams has complete to Jordan West for a touchdown.
The 7-7 margin held up for the first 15 minutes, with the Spartans possessing the football for 11 minutes 49 seconds of the opening period. Case Western scored on the first play of the second quarter, however, to retake the lead at 14-7. W&J was forced to punt on its ensuing possession, but senior defensive end Sal DiCario recorded a strip sack to halt the Spartans' drive.
Go, Brad! Go! Pick it up!
As sophomore linebacker Cole Weston jumped on the loose ball at the W&J 44. Following the fumble recovery, the W&J drive was kept alive when, on a 4th and 14, freshman punter Jacob Sarver sprinted 20 yards for a first down. Adams found West for 10 yards on the 14th play of the drive, but the point attempt was blocked, and W&J trailed 14-13. A 30-yard field goal by junior Adam Napotnick sent W&J into the locker room with a 16-14 lead at halftime. The second half opened with Andrew Wolf returning the kickoff into Case Western territory, and then Adams and West connecting from 18 yards for the third time to make it a 23-14 game. Case answered to get within 2 points, 23-21, after an 11-play drive that took 7 minutes 3 seconds off the clock. The Presidents followed that up with an 8-yard rush by West. Propelling the score to 30-21 at the 3-minute 25-second mark of the third quarter. Case Western would again get within 2 points at 30-28, 8 minutes 42 seconds of the fourth quarter. After the ensuing kickoff, West took a short pass from Adams, 75 yards for a score on the first play from scrimmage. Then the W&J defense showed up again, as the next 2 Case Western drives ended in interceptions. The first by senior safety Zach Quattrone. And the second by senior cornerback Zach Queen. The second pick at the W&J 2-yard line is what set up a 98-yard, untouched, record-setting rush by West that iced the game with 3 minutes 38 seconds to play. The junior's 6th touchdown of the day. The Spartans would make it interesting, though, by finding the end zone with 1 minute 24 seconds left. The attempted onside kick was recovered by Wolf. And Adams then took a knee twice to officially send W&J to 6-0 on the season and 5-0 in the conference.
4, 3, 2, 1, 40, 9, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
In what has seemingly become an annual tradition on homecoming at Washington and Jefferson, the Presidents gave the fans all they could handle in a high-scoring matchup with Geneva. The scoring opened up at the 9-minute 24-second mark of the first quarter. On 4th down from the 3-yard line, Adams rolled to the left and hit senior tight end Jake Cullen right inside the pylon for the opening score.
play touchdown.
After Geneva answered with a 33-yard scoring pass, the Presidents went 10 plays and 67 yards, capped off by a 1-yard rush by West, to give W&J the lead back at 13-7. It only took 1 minute 14 seconds for Geneva to take its first lead of the game when the Golden Tornadoes answered back 6 seconds into the second period, to lead 14-13. The first play from scrimmage after a Geneva punt saw Adams hit Wolf on a screen at the President's 26-yard line, and Wolf did the rest as he zigged and zagged through the defense for a 74-yard score, his national leading 14th of the season. The two-point conversion failed, however, and the President's advantage was 19-14. On the President's next possession, Wolf snuck inside the pylon on the right front corner of the end zone. On a 10-yard pass from Adams. A long pass by Geneva then put the Golden Tornadoes ahead, 28-26. W&J had a 26-yard field goal blocked as time expired for the first half, and the Presidents trailed at halftime for the first time this season.
By the scoreboard.
Kicker Adam Napotnik gave W&J the lead back, 29-28, in the third quarter. A 3-and-out followed by the defense. After getting the ball back, receivers Brandon Barnes and Tim Swoop caught passes of 11 and 34 yards respectively, and West ran in from 2 yards out to stretch the lead to 36-28.
On the carry for the President, but into the end zone.
Geneva tied the game at 36, 1 minute 9 seconds into the fourth quarter, when they completed an 8-yard pass and succeeded on the two-point conversion. With 3 minutes 56 seconds remaining, West corralled a 16-yard pass from Adams and raced in for the score. But the Golden Tornadoes tied the game on the very next play from scrimmage on a 74-yard halfback pass. Adams and West then orchestrated an 11-play drive that ran the clock down to 30 seconds remaining, with the final play coming on a 12-yard pass to just inside the front pylon to Wolf for his third score of the afternoon. An interception by senior safety Zach Quattrone, with no time left, sealed the final score and another close homecoming game.
49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 35, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 17, 14, 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Traveling to New Wilmington for Week 8, the undefeated Presidents took on 4-3 Westminster.
You got it, Connor. Right! Good job.
W&J initially scored in the first half on a 71-yard interception return.
Holding right in the middle.
By senior safety Zach Quattrone, his second 71-yard pick six of the season. That play, with 5 minutes 8 seconds left in the first quarter, tied the score at 7-7.
There we go. Get the ball.
The Presidents were held to just 20 yards of total offense in the first half and fell behind by a 20-7 margin.
Right.
Then in the third quarter, E.J. Thompson scored from 13 yards out on fourth down to bring it within 20-13 after the point after try failed. The game was then tied with 55 seconds to play in the quarter when Jacob Adams hit receiver Andrew Wolf on a fade route in the back corner of the end zone, and the score stood at 20-20 through 45 minutes of play. The final score of the game came at the hands of Westminster on a 3-yard rush in the fourth quarter, giving them the victory and snapping the President's 20-game regular season winning streak. W&J now entered their bye week at 7-1, looking to finish up the regular season on the road. In the 9th game of the season, the Presidents traveled to the rain-soaked grass of Chuck Knoll Field to take on the 1-7 St. Vincent Bearcats. St. Vincent got the ball first, but after getting to the W&J 18-yard line, senior safety Zach Royba intercepted a pass at the 1-yard line to end the threat.
Let's go, Royba! Let's go, baby!
The first play from scrimmage for the Presidents, however, was fumbled by Adams in the end zone for a safety and a 2-0 lead for the Bearcats. W&J's second possession went much better as Wolf and West took turns moving W&J down the field. Capped by a 3-yard scoring run by West. In the second quarter, the Bearcats blocked a punt by W&J from deep in its own end zone, and 3 plays later, regained the lead at 9-6. Before the end of the quarter, though, W&J managed 3 scores, 2 touchdown grabs by Wolf, and a 5-yard scoring run by Thompson.
Finds his way to the end zone for the W&J connects. That's Jacob Adams to, again, in and out Andrew Wolf.
The second half was pretty quiet in terms of scoring, but the Presidents did put one more on the board with an 8-yard scoring strike from Adams to Wolf, making the final score 33-9. At 8-1 now, only one game stood between W&J and a 26th PAC title.
33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 24, 25, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Come down to one game. What does that mean? That doesn't mean you play nervous. That doesn't mean you play tight. Okay? That means we have the confidence because we got to this point. That the swagger should be there. Okay? And you can play with emotion and passion and intensity for 60 minutes. 60 minutes. Championship. That's what we're trying to win. Championship.
Waynesburg, the final game of the regular season. A game that would see the most rushing yards for the Red and Black since 2014, thanks to the efforts of Thompson and West. The scoring for the Presidents opened with an 11-play, 74-yard drive. That ended with a 7-yard touchdown pass from Adams to Andrew Wolf. Running back Jordan West scored a pair of touchdowns in the first half to give W&J a 20-0 lead at halftime. The third quarter began with yet another touchdown catch by Wolf, his second of the game, giving him 21 on the season, a new W&J and conference record. Then sophomore running back E.J. Thompson sealed the game with 8 minutes 31 seconds left to play. Thompson ran for a career-high 186 yards on the day. W&J more than doubled Waynesburg in total yardage on their way to a 9-1 record and a 26th conference championship.
Champions, baby. It's up again, President's Run, and let's get some good in there. 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 17, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
My feet were made to march like thunder, my lips to praise in awe and wonder. My hands hold power and my lungs breathe fire. who you are. I know who